Next up, Sabrina. Those bracelets are still badass, by the way. I knew I should have led with Duster! I was thinking I was going to lead with Duster! I decided against it, thinking I'd probably want to go with Lupus and I'll send in Duster whenever I get the chance. Why do I doubt myself? It's like your teachers in grade school always tell you for a multiple choice test. Your first guess is usually the best one. Don't try second guessing yourself. It's usually not going to work out. God damn it! I mean, he would have died to a Focus Blast as well, but... God damn it! So the question is, would Shadow Claw do more? Would a Stab Return would do more? Of course he's going to knock me out if he hits me with a Focus Blast, but he didn't because he missed. I don't think Alakazam is going to be knocked out in one hit from Return, though. So it would take another fairly lucky miss for Duster to be able to knock him out. I was getting ready to scream all excited like when he did. What can I do from here? Who could outspeed Alakazam? And I don't want it to be something that'll be useful later on. I don't think anything can outspeed Alakazam. Potentially Klaus. I'll give it a shot, but I don't think it's going to do the job. I mean, I know I've been underestimating Klaus's speed, but he's not that fast. I don't know why you used Grout. Do you really have nothing you can hit me with? Okay. If I have a chance to take down Alakazam, I'm taking him down. Espeon. Oh boy, Espeon on Espeon action. Gotta love that. If I wasn't so afraid of Klaus, or if I wasn't so afraid of Espeon being able to outspeed HCB, I'd bring him in. I guess I'll go with Crunch and just crunch him to death. Because as enthusiastic as I am about Klaus being able to outspeed things, and he'd probably be able to outspeed Espeon, I don't know if he'd be doing enough damage consistently to... I mean, I want to use him for later for things I know he can outspeed. And I'm pretty sure he'd be able to outspeed this Espeon too. I just want to hang on to him for as long as I can, because he's probably going to be more helpful than I initially thought he would. Given the fact that Lupus is dead. That defense drop really doesn't matter, unless she heals it up again, which she's not going to. I guess the reason... I thought that was a crit. Did my special defense drop from the last Psychic and I just didn't notice? Well, Crunch isn't going to be all that useful. Who she got left? Mr. Mime. I guess now would be a good time to bring in Klaus and see what he can do. I forget if Mr. Mime is more physically or specially defensive. I guess we'll find out. And it's still female. Wow, she took that like a champ. She did put up a Reflect, though, which means... HCB and Crunch are going to be a lot less helpful. Unless I decide to bring in HCB simply to break the Reflect, but... why would I do that against a Psychic team? That's just asking for them to kill him. Wobbuffet. Oh boy, this thing. I know I've discussed just how annoying Wobbuffet can be. Which is why I'll probably try paralyzing it, although this could backfire completely. Wobbuffet! It will counter and Mirror Coat you to death. It has Shadow Tag, so I couldn't switch if I wanted to. It probably has Encore, And I'm not sure what other move it would have. If she encores me, I'm boned. If she doesn't, we can see what we can do. Now, the thing about Wobbuffet is that it has a ton of HP and can take a lot of hits. Which is why if it's able to get off something like a Mirror Coat that deals twice as much HP worth of damage as you dealt to Wobbuffet, it will almost assuredly kill the thing if it did a substantial amount of damage to Wobbuffet. But he still has a Reflect Up. I think a Shadow Ball from Klaus should do it in from this range. I'm afraid to go to Crunch or HCB because the Reflect is still up. Alright! Threat minimized. And the Reflect is down, so she's got a Gallade left. Oh boy. How am I gonna go about tackling this thing? I guess I'll keep Klaus in. Gallade is the 4th generation evolution of Kirlia from the 3rd generation, who I think has to be a male. And you have to evolve it with a Dawn Stone, if I remember correctly. I used one in Heart Gold. It was a lot of fun to use. Because as soon as I saw a Psychic fighting type that looked like this, I absolutely had to have one. It has Night Slap. No wonder why I was afraid of this thing. Something in my head told me I didn't want to bring in Klaus on this thing because he probably had a super effective move. Now I remember why. But more specifically, when I saw this guy, it looked very similar to one of my friends from a forum like 4 years ago or so. And I said, as soon as I saw this thing, I said, I absolutely have to catch one and name it after him. And I did. The video is still up. We should be able to knock it out from here. I'm hopeful HCB outspeeds him. I guess we'll find out. If this Earthquake does more than half, I'm going to use it again because I'm afraid of Mega Horn missing. Please do more than half. Okay. So now it's only a question of whether or not I'll be faster than it. And depending on who she has for her last Pokemon, I could try using Mega Horn as a viable strategy. Even though HCB is weak to Psychic. He is part Bug. And he did finally learn Mega Horn, so... Jinx! I guess. I said I would. I just now realized that Jinx has, like, skeletal arms. Are those bones? Is that a shirt or something? That's exactly why I was afraid of using Mega Horn. As cool as it looks, it's not 100% accurate. And as we all know, any move I use that isn't 100% accurate is going to miss at least 40% of the time. Absolutely! That does it for Sabrina, though. One of the most threatening gym leaders from the Kanto region, the original Red, Blue, and Yellow. And that leaves only 2 gym leaders left. Hi Vance, how you doing? Sure, I'll battle you. I'm not going to battle him. Next up, Blaine. I'm still sick of seeing you so often. Torkoal! Fire type from the Hoenn region, who I believe we've seen before. You know, when I first saw this thing, I thought the 2 red spots on its shell were its eyes. And that didn't kill you. Well! I guess I'll switch into somebody else who has a super effective move against you because you're just going to heal it on this turn and I'm not going to put up with falling asleep. I'm not sure if an Earthquake would kill it. Let's compare attack stats. I know this is the most exciting thing to do at the beginning of a video, by the way. 144 to 173. It wouldn't be a stab Earthquake coming off of HCB, but I figure I might as well try. He's going to heal it anyway. Oh, who am I kidding? It's probably not, unless it's a crit. I don't think. If a stab Waterfall off of Crunch wasn't enough to knock it out in one hit, I don't know if an Earthquake... No, not even close. Well, it's not like HCB was going to get much use in this fight anyway. You survived that too?! I tell you what, going through so many intense battles, you really learn something about your Pokemon. And all the times they mention that in the games, I thought they were just being corny about it. But it's pretty damn... It's a lot more true than I once thought. See, you always hit Mega Horn. I've missed it 1 out of 3 times. You've hit it 1 out of 1. You're batting 1,000. I'm batting 300. You know, as Rapidash's sprite has grown over the years, it's been a lot easier to spot the actual horse underneath the fiery mane, which made it all seem all that much more real. Camerupt from the Hoenn region, who I think we've seen before, so I'm not going to bother mentioning. Fire ground type 4 times weak to water. My head is hurting. Have you been able to tell that I've been recording all of these matches with a severe headache? Normally wouldn't be doing that, but I only have so much time to record during the week, and you could argue that some of my best stuff has happened while I was recording with a headache, like the Grandmaster Galaxy, for instance. Magmortar, the 4th generation evolution of Magmar, who evolves with the Magmarizer and is probably going to outspeed me. Yay! This is going to be fun to deal with. I was hopeful I'd be able to survive that because it wasn't stab, but guess that's not happening. What to do, what to do, what to do. What I could do, and this would seem a little bit silly, but it saved my ass a number of times in the World Tournament. Switch in to something that's weak to fire to have him use a fire-type move, and have Lupus absorb it. I don't know what use it's gonna be. If I set up a Sunny Day, it would make it that much more powerful. If I'm able to hit and survive this. I mean, low kick, your physical attack isn't that high. I'm not that heavy. Why did it do so much damage? I think I just boned myself. Take that out of context and I'll shoot you. What do I do from here? All of his fire-type moves are going to be boosted because I set up that Sunny Day. I'm panicking right now. I'll just brute force it. I don't expect to be able to OHKO with anything I've got right now. I'd be satisfied with a 2-hit KO. And he's just going to full restore it. What to do, what to do, what to do. If he's going to heal it, it gives me a chance to heal, because I risk not being able to do him any damage on the next turn if I try to Psychic. And even if both Psychics break through, it's still not going to be enough to kill him. So I need to do something to buy myself some time. The question is what? I guess I can heal up HCB, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to outspeed Magmortar. It's worth a shot. At the very least, we're burning off those Sun turns. You didn't heal it. What? You didn't heal it, and I survived a stab flamethrower in the sun. Please don't hit yourself, for the love of God. I guess Klaus is an atheist. That's good to know. So he believes in mad gypsies and dark dragons, but not God. That really says something. Did he even know who the mad gypsies were? Now I have to seriously think about it. Did Klaus ever God damn it! Did Klaus ever actually meet a mad gypsy in Mother 3? Besides the obvious. I'm not sure. Hyper Voice! I don't know why that would be of any use, but I feel the need to show it off now, because that's totally the most interesting thing to do at this point. But Macargo is 4 times weak to ground as well. Be 4 times weak to water and be really convenient to bring in Crunch, but he's dead! So that's not going to work. We should definitely outspeed this thing. I'm just not sure if it's physical. Oh, who am I kidding? It's 4 times super effective coming off of HCB. Of course it's going to kill it in one shot. Why am I worried? I also love how the glow from its magma body is visible on the shell. Nice touch. But Houndoom is his last one, and oh boy, Houndoom. We're not in your cave gym, you're aware of that, right? He just said something about his cave gym, like, behold the wonder of my cave gym, and we're not in his cave gym. I've been singing the praises of this game and how it's paid very good attention to detail. That's an oversight. That does it for Blaine, though. This place is starting to look disturbingly empty. But before we challenge him, Duster learned Hyper Voice. And Hyper Voice is a special type normal move, 90 base power, 100 base accuracy, no secondary effect to it. Of course, Return has a stronger base power when you're maximized happiness, and Duster's physical attack is much higher than its special, so it's not going to be all that useful.